Hey, this is Dave coming at you from Michigan. I'm in my car right now at the property. I tried to do a video to show the updates, but it's so cold out right now. It's 19 degrees. I get to about 2 minutes into a video, and then my phone, the video stops. It just freezes. It's too cold. So I figured, I have a little bit of spare time, but just wanted to give an update. We got 90% of the siding done, and we're working on the dormers now. And we've one update is my sawmill's gone, and the sawmills, I kind of lucked out on it because right now the sawmills are in high demand. So I was actually able to I sold the sawmill about 2 days, or it might have been the next day after I did my last video on the firewood video. And we decided that now that we have all the logs gone and we have plenty of lumber now for anything I'd ever have to do in my lifetime, we just decided that it doesn't make sense to keep the sawmill, because any other trees that fall, I'm not planning on taking down any more trees unless they're dead or like if they're creating a safety hazard. I'm not going to have enough logs to justify keeping that. So any other trees in the future here will just be turned into firewood and then sold. I lucked out. I sold the sawmill for about $400 more than what I bought it for brand new from the distributor. And I watched a video. It's a good YouTube channel called Outdoors with the Morgans, and it's Mike and Melissa. They're a married couple that has a really nice YouTube channel that talks about firewood. They do firewood. They do all kinds of stuff. He's built a pole barn. He's doing like kind of what I'm doing, step-by-step stuff. And he just ordered a bigger sawmill to replace his other one because he's wanting to get more aggressive into it and get some more like just the bells and whistles on a sawmill that has like the hydraulics to take away some of the physical labor. But anyways, he said that he ordered his, and they're probably not going to get their new sawmill until September of this year. So you're talking 8 or 9 months. So when I heard that, it kind of rejustified why I lucked out and was able to sell it, because so many people were asking about it and inquiring. And then one guy said, hey, I have the money. I'm coming from, I believe he came from like the Lansing area. He's like, I have a trailer. And I told him I have a Skytrek because it weighs, the head of it weighs 900 pounds. So I just picked it up with my banding straps, or with my nylon straps, and loaded it right into his trailer. We disassembled it. I showed him how it works. I gave him all my old saw blades, and I gave him an extra cant hook. But with all of that, even, I still came out about $400 a head. So that's the update on that. Since then, I've bought, I believe, 3 or 4 more of these firewood racks, because we have been selling. I've sold, I don't know if you can see through my car, but we went through about 4 of those stacks so far. We've gone about, so far I've sold about a quarter of my firewood, and I've been logging how much I've been making, because you want to kind of know what you're making. I think I'm up to about $4,500. So times that by 4. So yeah, it's kind of crazy when you look at the firewood and how much firewood people are wanting to buy. It looks like I'm going to have about between $15,000 and $16,000 worth of firewood. It's a lot of work though. We've been loading it, double handling it. It doesn't take too long. If you're out here by yourself and you're working like a half a day, 4 or 5 hours, you can fill all of these racks by yourself. So when Justin and Steven and I are working, there's 3 of us, we can knock these out pretty quick, because I don't want people driving in there. They would end up getting stuck back in the woods, and then we'd have a whole other problem. But that's kind of what we've been doing. One thing that happened to me, I got COVID, and I had it for 2 weeks. So I was down for 2 weeks, wasn't able to work for 2 weeks. It was a really bad sickness. It's the sickest I've ever been. Basically, it started out with like a dry cough, fatigue for the first couple days, and then for the rest of like at least a week and a half, it was a fever, fatigue, no appetite, dehydration. You're drinking as much water as you can. It got to the point where in order for me to even eat anything, I had to take like Tylenol on an empty stomach just to get my fever down to 99. And then once about an hour after you took the Tylenol, you would actually get a little bit of a hunger pain, and you'd get a slight appetite. And then all you could eat is like a couple pieces of toast. I was doing like a banana in the morning, and then you wouldn't even eat until at night. Take another couple Tylenol. wait until your fever comes down, and then I'll eat like a half a bowl of chicken noodle soup. It was rough. And it got so bad that about a week and a half into it, I told Nikki, take me to the ER. I want to make sure that I don't have pneumonia or strep throat or something extra that I just wasn't shaking it. And the doctor said, your lungs are clear, you have no pneumonia, your oxygen's at 98%, my vitals were good. They said, for your age, your blood pressure's perfect. And I'm like, is this normal, doc? I mean, my fever, and they said, or she said, she's seen with corona people that have a fever for up to 4 weeks. And she said, your body's fighting it. The coronavirus hates the fever heat. And I'm like, so this is normal what I'm going through? She's like, yeah, go home, keep doing what you're doing, make sure that you keep drinking water, try to eat the best you can. And then like 2 days before it broke, I told Nikki, I'm like, I'm going to try not to take any Tylenol. I'm feeling like my fever ended up being between like 99 and 100. And then I made it through one night. It's miserable. You wake up, you got the chills, then you're cold, and then you're too hot. I kept having to turn my ceiling fan on, turning it off, and just constantly being up through the night, drinking water, just like, and then like the last 2 nights, I slept like a baby the last 2 nights. And then when I woke up the final day, I woke up, and I know it sounds gross, but I kind of woke up in like a bed of sweat, but I felt awesome. And first thing I said, because Nikki was already up, and I walked in there like a zombie. I told her in the middle of it, I looked at myself in the mirror, and I looked like a bridge troll. My hair was messy. I hadn't shaved in a week and a half. I lost like 20 pounds. I looked like a troll. But anyways, the last day, I walked in there. I said, Nikki, take my temperature. I think I beat this crap. And sure enough, my temperature was 98.7. And then it took me about another week to just kind of get my energy back. Like it was like a weekend, and then with Christmas and stuff, it wasn't like I was going back to work right away anyways. And then my first day back to work was like, today's Sunday, so it was it was Monday. And the first 3 days of me working, my son was like, what's wrong with you? And I just wanted to keep sitting down. I would like sweep and do something easy, and then I'd be out of breath. And that's not like me, because I feel like I have pretty good cardio. And I just told him, I'm like, I'm not my energy, I just can't do it, and getting home and you're super sore, and all you want to do is kind of take a shower and just lay around and do nothing, and getting up the next morning, you're just really sore from working the day before. It just feels like, I just felt like, just out of it. And then just this past Thursday, Friday, I felt like those were the days where it's go, go, go. Like I'm back in action. I'm getting it knocked out. And it's good to be kind of back, but COVID is no joke. It hit me hard. Nikki got it, Leah got it, Justin got it. All 4 of us had it at the same time. It was a rough go, because no one can take care of each other, because everyone was sick. And then luckily Nikki got better about a week before I did, so she was kind of able to like bring me the water, and just, she was there for me, man. It was awesome. It's like she took such good care of me, and it's just an awesome feeling to know someone's got your back like that. And but it was rough. So there's not a whole lot of stuff. I wish I could get it out, but my phone, it will freeze. It's like 19 degrees, and my video will just cut off. But once it gets a little bit warmer, I'll show you. But we got a lot of the siding done. We're in the dormers now. The dormers have a lot of detail, because the dormers needed more than just the siding. We had to build the soffits, install the black walnut soffits. We still have to do the aluminum wrap on the dormers, and we did put the rolled roofing in on each side, which was huge, because over the last year we only had the ice and water shield down, and that stuff is not designed to be exposed to the elements. It's designed to be under shingles. So you could see that there was a slight wear and tear on it, but we actually put down the official rolled roofing up there. That's designed to actually be up there for 30-40 years. So we did a good job. It was a little tricky to get that in, because when you get to the back of the dormer wall, you got an inside corner down there. It's a 2-pitch. The roof itself where you walk is a 2-pitch. So you have to do this thing called a hospital corner, and most builders would know what a hospital corner is. You do it a lot when you're doing the rubber pans in showers, where you're going up those inside corners. You can't cut a seam where there's a hole in that inside corner. You fold it in and it creates this triangle that comes out, and then you fold that triangle over to the left or right side, whatever wall you want, and then that makes it to where the point in the inside corner has no hole that you would caulk. And so now we're dealing with rolled roofing that has extremely sticky back. So it was really tough to get those in because we had to keep pulling it apart. It would stick together. But we got it. It's not perfect, but at least it's practical. Like there's no way that the water could leak. But yeah, that's pretty much the update. I'm actually here right now. Someone's coming to buy firewood at 11, and that's like 2 minutes from now. I wish I could get out and show you, but it's 19 degrees and my phone just doesn't want to work. But yeah, that's the update. I got really sick. I feel like I'm back. I'm doing good, and thank goodness for that. And we're gonna continue to doing firewood. Luckily, between Christmas and the New Year's, firewood sales pretty much died because, you know, the holidays. So anyways, that's the update, and I'll keep it coming. And on a day that's better and a little bit warmer, I'll actually show you in detail what we're doing up on those dormers. So well, that's it. Now I'll talk to you soon. This is Dave signing off.